Hi guys, this is week 41 Project Life, and as you can see I've got a double page spread this week. This is because this week was possibly one of the best weeks I had all year, and I had so many photos, so I decided rather than try and cut them all out, I would do 2 pages this week. Now I'm still working with the Citrus Twist Kit's November Pocket Life kit, so I've started with my photos and I've got quite a few enlargements just because I missed doing enlargements and I didn't have quite enough photos to fill up 2 whole pages without them, and I really like the way it looks, so I'm just filling in all the gaps now with some of the cards from the kit. So I'm using a few of the 3x4 cards, and then I've got a couple of spots that I'm going to need some of these papers for. There's so many beautiful colours in this kit, and as you can see this week had all the colours, so I decided to just use this black and white stripe, which a lot of the photos are quite graphic looking, and so I want to keep everything quite simple. And the other one I picked was a yellow, just to pull out some of the yellow in the photos. So this black and white stripe I'm going to use on both sides of the spread, a 6x4 up for my title card, and just cut down a 3x4 piece for one of the filler cards. And then that photo collage I'm going to back with the yellow, and now I'm just going to do a bit of shuffling. Now I've got everything that I want on the spread just to make it look balanced. I've got one journal card there. I'm just going to put all of my journaling on one journal card, and everything else I'm just going to let the photos speak for themselves. Now I knew there was this cork piece that said "Here we are," and I thought that would be perfect for that panorama photo down the bottom. And then for the rest of the spread I've picked out a few of the die cut pieces I just had in a bowl that I thought might work, and now I'm going to go through the spread and just pick out pieces that might work on the different photos that I've got. Because there are so many colours in the photos this week, I'm really not restricted to any sort of colour scheme. I'm just using all of the colours and any of the pieces that I really like. Even that purple one there, a couple of the photos have some purple tones in it, so that works as well. So I really like the way that that worked out. So this week I had actually taken a week off. It's my first week off that I've had all year from work, so it was well needed, and my sister came down and spent some time with me, and I don't get to see her very often, so that was just what I needed. Now this photo here, I thought I could have cut out the circle and stuck the photo behind it because there is another circle element on the page, but actually I just wanted to get this done super simply and quickly, so I'm just gonna leave the photo square and just try and center it over the circle. And then I didn't really think that the sentiment on the card matched the photo, so there was a puffy sticker that just fit over it, so I'm putting that underneath, basically altering the entire card, but I loved the peach colour, and I still see the little line from the card, so I really like that. Now again, this die cut here I'm just going to place at the top of the photo, cutting off the little flag that was on it, and then I'm going to stamp my own sentiment and add a puffy sticker instead. Now luckily the stamp fit just inside that label, so that was well planned. And then just deciding whether to add, well, which pink to add, and in the end I chose the more purpley pink to sort of tie in some of those more purple tones. While I've got my stamps out, I'm going to do a little bit more stamping. So I've got a label here. I didn't actually have any sort of photo that represented the fact that I had a week off from work, so this wild and free stamp seemed to say exactly how I felt, so that's what that card's about. And like I said, most of this I'm just keeping super simple, so I'm just sticking photos down onto cards basically. For my title card, I'm just going to add this label to my stripy paper, and that's where I'm going to do my date stamping. And I'm just going to add week 41 at the top here with these puffy alphas. Now it looks super hard to read on video here, but actually in real life it stands out perfectly well. I'm not sure why that is. I tried to spread them out like quite evenly, but failed miserably again. I should have done what I normally do and put them onto the acetate first, but I didn't. I sort of just stuck them down, so I'm gonna live with it. They're probably a bit closer together than I would have liked, but never mind. And then all I've got to do is just add my date stamp underneath. And then I'm just going to add one more stamp onto this photo. I didn't think black would work, so I went and grabbed my Brilliance ink just to stamp one little stamp on there. It's more of an in-joke than anything else, so it doesn't need any other journaling. And that is that side basically all done. So now I can start on the other side. I've already made a photo collage just on my phone really, so I just am going to stick that down onto the yellow and call that one done. And same with this card here, I'm just going to stick the photo down. I really loved the background paper, it sort of explained what the whole week was about really, and then adding one little die cut on top, my favourite people, because they are. And then I just need to stick my cork down. And again with this, I was just making my own filler card, just simply sticking one of the die cuts onto the stripy paper. And this die cut here, I just didn't know how to make it work. I couldn't get it to stand out anywhere on the photo. The photo was quite dark and the die cut was dark, and in the end I decided what I would do is back the die cut with a bit of the same yellow paper that I used before, which will just give it a wee outline and help it stand out on the photo, but also it ties in a little bit more of that yellow. So I just glued it down onto the paper and I'm just fussy cutting around it, just eyeballing it, just to add a little bit of a border with the yellow, and it just helps it stand out on the photo a bit more. Now I went to stick this photo down onto the card, and of course it's just a plate of food, but I couldn't work out which way was actually up, so I think I've got it right. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I think it's right. And then just add the die cut on top, just overlapping the card and the photo to tie the two together. And then all I've got left to do is add my journaling, which I am going to do on my typewriter. Didn't really go all the way to the bottom of the card, so I'm just going to add another little puffy sticker to the bottom. And that is the spread all done. I actually really enjoyed having a 2-page spread. I don't know that I've ever done one. This might be the first one ever in like 5 years of Project Life, and I really enjoyed it. I guess it's because I had so many good photos from this week. It just, I'm so happy to have them all in one place. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to keep watching, there's a couple more videos on screen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!